everybody. Hey. Happy Sunday drive.
Happy Sunday.
Happy. We are driving currently down Route 27 in Clermont.
Yeah, we're headed north.
We are, okay, good, because
we sit down.
I never know. I'm going this way.
But we can see Ridgeview on the ridge.
Yeah, Ridgeview is one of our favorite communities. Oh. Let me just tell you, we just recently showcased the Landsea Homes Exberry.
That was our number one video.
Gorgeous
by a
home.
lot.
It is.
By the way, for a while, because it's
flipping gorgeous. It's beautiful. So if you haven't seen that, after you watch this video, go look at the Exberry and then call me, and we'll get you on the list.
Gracious.
So
start there. Tell get me on the list. There's a list.
Yeah, true. Okay, so
Hanover and Pulte, two different situations.
Right. Now Hanover was acquired by Landsea Homes. So if you're a little bit confused as to what's what and why something used to be Hanover with Hanover's colors and now it's a different logo and a different name, that's why. So Hanover Family Builders is now Landsea Homes. They were just acquired, but it is still the same heart of Hanover Family Builders. Yes. The same floor plans with a few tweaks and changes. Yep. For instance, I heard that out in Preserve at Sunrise, even though that community is closing out, I think they've only got like 40 home sites left. Right. The Delano, which is their featured, one of their decorated models, they're actually Landsea kind of.
No? Oh, really? Okay.
So they're not building that one anymore, which is odd because it was one of their top selling floor plans. But I'm sure there's a reason to that. So anyway, so waiting list. So for this particular community, because the Exberry goes on a larger home site, that is where the waiting list happens, which is typical in new construction at the moment. They have limited releases each month. So it's important that if you're like, I really want to build that, or I want one of those larger floor plans, because they also have the Palmer there, which is another beautiful, larger, and that's what I think I love the most about it. Finally, in Claremont, we're having a nice, large 4,000 square foot home
it's been a
with
while.
Lots of bedrooms, and
Just real quick, Schofield Road, we're going past the little expansion where they're
little connector road.
They're going to connect it. This will be the first one that's connected.
Yeah. And that's the one where, if you've been watching our Sunday drives, that's the one where Eric took me when I didn't know where I was going.
The bumpity bump.
Like the bumpity bump.
I think you were going to say bumpity bump. Okay, anyway, sorry. So Hanover
Family Builders. So if you're looking to potentially do something there, you need to call me, and then I'll guide you through the process.
And by the way, when Landsea took over, they have now adopted the policy that other builders have, which is you have to show up with your realtor. Yes. So don't go calling them. Nope. Don't go seeing them if you want representation.
And by the way, you should always have representation. But at any rate, they've changed some policies. It was funny because I spoke to Angel, one of their site agents, the other day, and he said, even our VIP, Amy, you're still our VIP, but the rules still apply to you. So I literally, the day of my son-in-law's graduation, I had to get up in that morning and meet a client out there at 10 o'clock so that I could be present, which, by the way, I typically would be anyway, but there are some times I am one person, which is why we have our fabulous...
Sometimes you are one person.
Sometimes I'm one person.
We have a great group of people that help.
That can assist in moments like that. But
in fact, Kennard Walker Jr. went out to Davenport with a client and...
Got him under contract.
Got him under contract, so that was really good.
And that's great because that particular visit was...
Couldn't make it.
I couldn't do it. And, and I never want to be the reason that a client doesn't end up getting a home.
Yes.
But, so we just have to kind of, that's why we have our extra people that are helpful to us.
So, by the way, we're going today to, if our power lasts...
Oh, yeah, true.
We're going to Crestview. People have asked us to go to Crestview forever.
Which is funny. We've been through Crestview. Are they not watching the other... Yes,
no,
we
I don't
have.
think... Yeah.
Yes, we have. We went through it because I stopped and we talked about all the power lines. Yes.
I think you're right.
We did. We have been through Crestview before.
Well, we're going through Crestview again because people have asked.
So Taylor Morrison, Crestview is a Taylor Morrison community, also in Claremont.
I'm sorry, but go back because I just threw that out there. But tell me about Pulte at Ridgeview. Different.
Yeah, so it's
talk about waiting lists versus can you get things, when can you build, whatever.
Right, and if you and I have ever talked on the phone or if you've been following along, we say all the time that each builder now is doing things completely different. In some cases, yes, there's a waiting list. In some cases, yes, they're building them, picking and choosing everything, and you don't get to buy it until the windows are in. Yes, that's true. Then there are some builders that have, and I'm seeing this a little bit more, that now that we are not through the pandemic, because by the way, people still have COVID. I just had a client, flew in town, did not test positive on his prior to the flight here, got here, tested positive, and now is in quarantine.
Yes,
so
we are in the phase of
people
it's not this.
I do it every time. People think that it doesn't exist, and it absolutely does exist. You can still get it, and people are still getting it.
So
people do still have it. So please be careful and not be complacent about some of the protocols that, quite honestly, we should probably always, keep in our new way that we live. Doesn't mean you have to wear a mask every day, 24/7. But anyway,
okay.
So what was I saying?
You were Pulte and whatever.
Pulte, yes. So, so what I'm seeing now is that a few of the builders now have had time to at least pre-plan for truly quick move-in, so that they're trying to get these inventory homes. Now, again, remember, many builders have just gone to that as their business model to begin with. But, for instance, I just know that there's a few homes that are coming up that are going to be ready. So if you are looking, instead of the wait process, you might have to just wait. Right. But you can contract now. And so
can I say, you can tell me if you agree with me or not. I think you agree with me.
Probably don't. Oh,
no, you probably do. By the way,
Heartwood Landing.
Heartwood Landing, Dreamfinders off in the distance. Mm-hmm. But we're going to take a left and go toward Crestview. Yes. I think that in the next 6 months, one of the very best ways to get a house, specifically new construction, but just in general, because it's such a competitive landscape, to just get something under contract, is going to be homes that come back on the market because somebody was contracted to build this house 9 months ago, and in some cases, Dreamfinders being one of them, there are price increases that are happening contractually, not unexpected, but
absolutely
built in,
all legit.
But now, if you add in another, there have been some as high as $50,000 or $60,000 increase in price,
plus interest rates.
Plus the interest rates you can't lock in until 45 days, 30 days, sometimes 60.
Yeah.
But whereas you qualified for that loan a year ago at 2.85%,
right?
And now it's going to be 5.85%. There are going to be a lot of people, God bless them.
And by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay.
I just stepped on you.
No, it's okay. No, I do it to you all the time. It's only fair. Okay. Go ahead.
But that's another reason why it's important to, when you are choosing a realtor, hopefully it's us, or me. Just me.
Okay, I'm a realtor.
Or at least someone who really is in the know when it comes to that, because that's where, and I've said it before, we get these messages. This was just released. This just fell back. I know that there's a home site that was just released over at Parkview at the Hills, for it actually to be built. So you could pick and choose everything. And how strange is it for me to say that right now? But you need to have a realtor that's well-versed in that.
Yes.
Speaking of, did we kind of finish that part of the conversation? Because I have another little topic it would be great to kind of mention.
Do it.
So here, I get this all the time when people are looking, we're all caught up in, I think the feeding frenzy is over. People are still hungry.
Yes.
But the actual feeding frenzy of the scared feeling is sort of kind of diminishing slightly.
Yeah, I think so.
But people haven't put enough thought into what they need to do to make sure that they are actually prepped and ready to move forward. So let's talk about that real fast.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So if you are looking at new construction, if that happens to be the route you want to go, whether you're looking for something new construction that's ready right now, or whether you have a year and a half to build, or any spectrum in between, you need to plan on 10% of the base price at the time that you contract. You need to have that. If you do not have those funds accessible, probably not going to happen. There are builders that are...
that day, you're writing a check that day.
Exactly. There's two things that secures the home for you. It is the contract that is signed and the earnest money deposit that is paid. Those are the two things. You cannot do one without the other almost nearly simultaneously. That's what holds it for you. So it's really important to know that. If you do not have that 10%, there are a few builders that are doing 5%. But I would say, again, just to make sure that you have all of your dollars in a row, make sure you are expecting to pay 10% at the time of contract. And this is new construction, by the way.
And let's just throw in there, whether or not that's how it used to be, whether or not that feels fair, whether or not
what it is.
We totally get it.
Yes.
But we are reality-based realtors, and that's what
that's what they're going to require. And you need to know that so that you don't get caught off guard. Now, if you are by chance doing a VA loan, this is important because this we actually just had the other day. So a lot of people think that with a VA loan, rightfully so, that because of the structure of a VA loan, by the way, if you have a VA loan, we appreciate the fact.
Which you've earned the ability to have a VA loan, yes.
But this is not me making the decision. This is me telling you the real deal. If you have a VA loan, and that essentially means that you don't have to, it's zero down payment, right? That does not mean that if you're buying new construction or that you are even resale, but specifically new construction, that means you can go in without putting a deposit down. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
For new construction, right.
For new construction. Now, this perfect example, in a community that I was at recently, they actually were still only asking 5% down at the time of contract. But if you were VA, you could put 3% down. But if you were expecting to put zero down, you're shocked with the 3%.
And even
we're
on
at
resale.
Crestview, by the way, so we're just going to doodle around in here. Models are over here back to our right.
Even on a resale home, you may think, well, I'm not going to put anything down, but your offer is going to need to include an earnest money deposit because otherwise the seller's going to go, well, you've got no skin in the game. You could just back out right before the closing, and then I'm stuck.
Right.
So you're going to have to bring something,
so
no matter what.
So do the quick math. Ready. So let's say that you're in a VA loan.
Oh, Lord. I'm nervous now. Quick math.
Okay. No, I could do it. So,
okay, good. Awesome.
This is quick math I could do. So $500,000 home. 5% new construction, how much would they have to put down?
$25,000.
If it's a 10% down new construction for a $500,000 home,
$50,000.
Okay. If it is a resale home and we're going to put 2% down,
it's free. Oh no.
No, it's not.
Well, you mean like a $500,000 home?
No, earnest money deposit.
Right. 2% on what? What's the cost of the house?
$500,000.
Oh yeah, so $10,000.
So I'm saying that right. So this is kind of my point is that. And I say 2% just as an arbitrary number. It used to be in the normal market, 1% of the price, the full purchase price of a resale home was pretty much average.
Yep.
Right now, you'll see in the Realtor remarks in the MLS at least 1% down. And I usually tell my clients, come in at 2 kind of minimum, and then it obviously depends on other factors. But so if you have a VA loan. And you are resale, $500,000 home. If you put 2% down, you need $10,000.
Yes.
Okay. So even if that is the case, you please make sure you have some funds accessible. Now, that being said, let's take the VA out of that equation. The point is back to just what. Oh, they're moving in! Congratulations! Yay. Oh, that is so exciting.
We legitimately get happy.
Oh my God! These homes are now complete, but we went down this street before because we pointed out, because it is our job. We love this builder. Yep. We love this floor plan. I have a client that she did not care what, when, where, or how, but she had to have an Amelia.
She's about to get it.
And she's about to get that Amelia. Now, where she is, she's actually totally okay with a lot. Her lot is better than some of the others. Yeah. But you have to, do your due diligence and see what's directly behind you.
Well, there's power lines, but I have to say, now that the homes are built,
it's not as big a deal.
It really mitigates that. And by the way, there's beautiful water.
Oh, it's
behind
lovely.
It. So
but it's just, you need to know what it is prior to. But
anyway, I really don't mind it nearly as much now that the homes are built.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
So going back to getting yourselves prepped.
Yes.
So if you are, if you are looking to purchase, maybe you're like, this is the first time I've had to buy a home. I don't know how much we can afford. Well, the first thing you need to do is probably reach out to a lender. But that lender is still going to, they're going to make sure that your debt to income ratio is within the right parameters. They're going to make sure you have enough reserve funds. So if you have not yet saved up for your home, you do need to start doing that. And again, new construction is a whole different conversation because you need to plan on 10% down at the time of contract. And that 10%, so let's say you were doing a conventional loan, and a conventional loan, typical 80% down, 20% down, 80% finance. I can't get down that way. I'll go back the same way again. So if you're doing a typical convention, 80-20. So you're putting 20% down and you're financing 80%. Okay, so that 20%, so you have a builder though, and you put 10% down at the time of contract. How much do you have left that you owe at closing?
I wasn't doing the math.
10%.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So that 10% that you pay is a prepaid. That goes toward the final.
Right. Yeah, you're not.
Yes.
Like, people do get confused about that. They're always like, so now
is
that money just gone?
No. That money goes toward the 20% that you had to put down via your loan structure. And again, we are not financing experts. We are not lenders. But that is the conversation that I advise my clients to have, which is to reach out to a lender. You want to go to the right?
Yeah, that's out.
Yes. Okay, good. Oh yeah. Sorry.
So I'm gonna like pause that part of the conversation here because I want to talk about something very exciting.
Okay. And where am I going when I leave here?
Just go on and go back up Hancock Road.
You want me to go that way?
Yeah, we'll get to 50. Yeah.
Cool beans. All right.
So we're gonna do something as we're airing this video. Okay. Tomorrow, we have a new YouTube offering coming soon to your YouTube. Yeah. So tomorrow's just a test. Now, if you're watching this past, middle of May, it's not tomorrow, but it'll be there online. So we're gonna start doing. Tomorrow's the test, and then we're gonna start doing it on the regular, as the young people say. Once we have a whole thing, our son is moving and Amy's going off to sell his house in Texas, and then so there's a couple weeks where she's going to be back and forth. But it's called Coffee Time.
Yeah.
So Amy's just going to have a cup of coffee with you in the morning on Monday mornings. So 9 a.m. Eastern time, Monday morning. Again,
I'm not going to get that many West Coast people.
They're up. They're movers and shakers, maybe.
Movers and shakers. Right.
Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll move it to 10 a.m. later if West Coasters really. But okay. So our friend Fermin, who's in the Philippines.
Yes!
This is a good time for him. You going that way?
Which way do you want me to go?
You're going north.
You want me to go to 50?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to go down and then cut through Davenport.
No, because Davenport.
The road Davenport.
You said you were going to Mineola.
No, I thought you said you didn't want to go to Mineola.
No, I do. Yeah, go that way.
Okay, well then we'll go to Mineola.
Okay, cool.
That's fine.
So, like people in the Philippines, they'll be very happy to have coffee with you in the morning.
Okay.
So anyway, join us. You'll be able to chat in questions and things. We don't have a lot of expectation for the first one because we're just testing out our whole live setup thing. So I'll cross our fingers because I got to put it together. But anyway, so that I just want to say
fun.
that. So as we sort of end this one though, please join us for coffee time. But also, and you have to deal with me. It's just Amy.
How do they do that, by the way?
What do you mean?
How do they join us? It's just like
it'll be live. It'll be live on YouTube. So like a premiere video, they can chat on the thing. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
excellent.
And put their comments on the screen, and stuff. It'll be cool.
Yay!
So I want to share one more story.
Okay.
As we wrap things up, as we get up toward Route 50.
Okay.
About the value of having a realtor, and I'm going to be as broad as I can possibly be here because I don't want to. The names are changed to protect the innocent. Oh. So. No, you had a client.
Be nice.
No, we're always saying get good representation, right?
It's true.
Now, occasionally someone calls and they basically just want the information. They don't actually want, like, for whatever reason, they're like, just tell me all these things and then I'm going to go off without you, right? Okay. Well, we have a tangible example of this happening. And someone reached out to you and asked for your help, and we could tell right away that they didn't really want your help. They just wanted the information.
Right.
So they did want your help. They just didn't want you to come along. Right.
Right. Well, in that particular, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But in that one, we were actually waiting for a new construction home to come available. So it wasn't that we could get it immediate. We kind of had to be
wouldn't have been able to get that without calling you. Wouldn't have had the information. Wouldn't have had
and met them there.
Yeah. So fine. But then they just kind of fell off the face of the earth. Even though we reached out and said, "Hey, just checking in. We're seeing about when this is going to come on the market and whatever. You're first in line. We keep checking with no responses."
And I'm not the hard pressure person.
No, we don't hard sell.
As the person who, I don't like to, impose myself.
Yes.
So if I don't get a response a couple times, then I'm not gonna pursue because I assume that means you don't like me.
So yada yada yada.
Yada yada yada.
Some social media posts then down the road let us know that this person went off and purchased a resale home on their own. That's that
one turning off?
Yeah, something turning off. It's that one, yeah.
Okay.
The purchased a resale home on their own.
Right. No,
but also
not going to mention the community.
Yeah. Don't trust sellers. They'll lie to you. We're having all these problems with the house. And, here's the thing.
Why didn't...
But we still feel terrible for this person.
But we reached out.
But at the same time, it's
yeah.
This is we were trying to tell you. So I'm telling you now. It doesn't have to be Amy. It doesn't have to be us.
But have someone be your advocate. And then I think in that particular case, they went out on their own, and the person who sold the home was also a realtor.
Yes.
And so he just did both sides of that transaction, which, by the way, is totally okay. I've done that myself, too. But
they got sold.
And and now they're in a bad position because they really truly didn't have an advocate asking the right questions on their behalf. So
and there are elements of that story, we're just not going to get into it. There are elements of it that are really sad, and there's elements that are a little bit like, it's not funny, but we're like,
no, it's just important.
We try to tell you.
If it's not money out of your pocket to have a realtor assist you as your buyer agent, then why would you not take advantage of their knowledge and their expertise? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
And I get it. Sometimes, people don't get along with other people or they don't feel like they're acting in their best interest. I mean, I'm sure that happens all the time. I have a client right now that we're working like today with that was working with another realtor a while ago and it just didn't work out. And so they're, and that happens. That absolutely happens.
What we're saying is the decision we hope for you is not, should I hire a realtor or not? Should I have an advocate? Should I have representation? It's finding the right one. If you don't have a realtor that can explain to you the value of hiring them, then you got the wrong one. Because in that particular case, I
don't want to be a big plug on us.
Huh?
I don't want to plug us.
Why? We're good. We're good at this. It's okay to say it. What did your grandmother say?
He who tooteth not his own horn, getteth not tooted.
So toot, baby.
Toot.
All right, I'm done though. We can stop talking. Coffee time. Join us.
Coffee time. Join us. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully it's been helpful and educational. If you want to know where we are real quick, we're on Hancock Road. That over there to our right is Canyons at Highland Ranch.
Sure is.
Hello. You're just going to go right on.
And it's coming right along. Yep.
And there's also Esplanade over there. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Please stay safe. Stay well. Remember, we love you. We really, really, really do. Happy house hunting.